Welcome to the Art Project. Today is prompt day 14, I think. The prompt is tick. Welcome to Inktober. This is probably going to be the grossest one. I remember when I was a kid, there was absolutely nothing, I didn't think twice about petting my dog, coming across a tick, pulling the tick off the dog, popping it right between my fingers, squirting blood out everywhere. Didn't even gross me out, wasn't even a consideration. It was just something that I did. And I lived out in the country. My dog had ticks all the time. I mean, not covered and sick with ticks or anything, but just, every day there would be at least one tick on him. Not a big deal. In keeping with doing faces, I decided to kind of focus a little bit on the face of the tick and try and see what the face of a tick looked like. I don't know if you've ever looked closely at a tick. I'm sure you probably haven't, but I found a reference photo online of a close-up of a tick. It actually has these two little needles that stick into your skin, and these things on either side of it that I think clamp down, and it just sucks the blood. And usually the ticks are small and flat, but apparently have room to expand, and they just keep expanding and expanding and expanding. I know that this is grossing some of you out to the point where you probably have already stopped watching my video, but this is biology. This is nature. This is, I don't know, I learned a little bit about ticks today drawing this picture. It's pretty gross, but, it kind of is what it is. So I put it on a neck and shoulders in order for it to be a face of a person. And I don't know if that was just over the top weird or what, but yeah. The picture that I had of the tick, I had a couple of pictures actually, one that I used for the face and one that I used for the body. And the one that I used to look at for the body was so interesting because it was extremely huge and plump, like a plum, and it had dark areas and light areas, reflected light, core shadows and highlights. And it was just it was a work of art, this picture of this tick. And so it was really interesting to draw. I kind of went through and I tried to, get the darkest areas and the lightest areas and kind of, focus on that reflected light and all of those sort of things. But then in the end, I also, I noticed this throughout. It had what looked like veins, maybe on not on the outside of its body, but visible from the outside of its body. And so you're going to see here in a few minutes that I'm going to sort of trace out those veins to the best of my ability in the short time that I had to do this, and then tried to make them show up the way they show up in the picture, which is lighter. So that dark area on the back of the tick there has lighter veins in it. And so I'm kind of proud of this, is why I'm pointing this out. I went up there and I drew the veins. The veins seemed almost white compared to the rest of the tick, which was kind of dark. So I don't know. It was fun to do. And then of course here's the neck and the shoulders that I'm shading in right now in the picture. I took some black 3.0, which is the darkest black paint that you can buy, and I used it to paint in the background just to really, really contrast with the rest of the image. And as you can see, it contrasts with it so much that all of those dark areas that I had done before don't even look dark anymore, which is good because it allowed me to come back in here and make it even darker and make those veins, which were lighter, seem to be there and pop out. I hate to use the word pop out here, but that's what they were doing. They weren't bulging or anything like that. They were just visible, right? So, a little bit about the Black 3.0. I got it from Stuart Simple, from Culture Hustle. It's really kind of cool to use because it is so black. Like, if you look at the black hair of the girl on the left, there's some shiny parts. But if you look at the black that I painted around the tick, there are no shiny parts. It doesn't reflect light at all. It is the darkest, mattest black you can buy. It's like $20 a bottle, or at least it was when I bought it. And it's not a huge bottle, but it was $20 a bottle. Not bad, but it is what it says it is. It's black. It's pretty cool. I recommend you check it out. Maybe buy you some. I'll try and post a link down below if you're interested in Culture Hustle Black 3.0. The reason why Stuart Simple marketed this is because I forgot who it was. Another artist, you can tell me in the description below if you remember, invented Vanta Black, and no one is allowed to use it for artistic purposes except for that particular artist. Well, anyway, now you know. There it is. It's your turn. Go make some art.